Hey, so I actually didn't fucking record any of the past 20 minutes except for me. So I sound like a crazy person talking to myself. So we're gonna go back through introductions and I'll let you go ahead and start. And we'll just go top down again, just like last time. And everyone was here on time, as far as anybody knows. So at least we look like
As far
yeah. At least we
yeah,
look productive and like well put together. All right,
I had an alarm on.
I think your name's Greg. I don't want to call you Legend the whole time, so I'm gonna call you Greg.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead and go. I don't want to boss you around. I'm like, talk now, idiot.
Wait, so who's first?
You're first. I'm just bullying you.
Oh,
I'm being mean.
that
You
James
can go
first.
first.
All right then. Uh, my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok handle is DBZ legend underscore 18. My actual name is Greg, and I draw Dragon Ball characters and my own. And I'm planning to write a story called Dragon Ball Ikigai, which is basically finding your own purpose, and it focuses on how your mind affects fighting, your daily life, how you see the world, and that's how character progression will be.
Hey, that was pretty good. I feel like you had time to rehearse it in your head. See?
Yeah, for real, it was
It's
like
yeah. It's a positive change.
nah, I'm joking, but yeah, that was just I just went along with what I was thinking, and that made more sense to introduce myself while using that this time.
Okay, okay.
All right, who's next?
James.
James.
My name is James. Instagram, Twitter, all that pizzazz is James DXIII or James D13 if you're feeling fancy. Um, I do Dragon Ball 13 on Instagram, Patreon, all that stuff. Uh, yeah,
Man, these are way
much
better.
simple.
Sorry, Frosty. We got our shit together after he left.
That's crazy. All
All right.
right. I guess it's my.
Yep, it's all you. Oh, I cut out. Are you still there, Mystic?
Hmm?
Hello.
Hey, can you
So,
hear us?
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Start over.
Okay. Hello, everyone, ladies and gents.
start
I am MysticX, also known as Chris. My socials is just MysticX7. Um, I think some of them are 77, but it's just seven to all the boards. But I'm usually a Dragon Ball artist. I have a story that's also coming up. It's still no. It's still in the works. It's called Hero Star Gun. It's basically a different perception of like gods and stuff because I know usually like a lot of people have like mortal stories and story progressions from there, but I usually wanted to go down like a god route because I feel like nine times out of ten they usually have feelings and like bigger decision makings and stuff like that. So I wanted to make it seem like what's going on above rather than what's going on below. So it's just a different like perception, I guess. But that's what I've been working on. Hopefully, it'll be releasing soon.
Very cool. That does sound
yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
All right. Let me check and make sure. But I'm seeing the when you guys talk, I'm seeing the output bar light up, so I think we're good. But let me check and make sure. All right, I'm recording
Awesome,
again.
awesome.
I was like,
All right.
fool me once, shame on me.
If you're
Um,
hearing voices right now, you should probably talk to your doctor.
it's like
Well,
you all died in a car crash, and I'm carrying the guilt, so I can like hear your
Ooh.
voices all the time.
Oh man, that's dark.
And this is
Wow.
this is me learning to let go.
Damn. Let it go. Like Elsa always said.
Yeah, it's like it's not your fault. It's not your fault, cowboy. You have to let us go. So
Oh, that's cool.
previously, yeah, I feel bad. I feel like I'm being super mean to all of my guests, and they're just taking
What?
it. Um, so last time I explained that I'll be drawing a picture of Bulma, probably somewhat risque. So you can just imagine that this is just going to be a speed paint over Bulma in the Dragon Ball Super movie. And we already talked about the movie, even though I didn't record it. Um, we talked about Bardock. Everyone, another check-in. Do you prefer the old Bardock or the new Bardock?
Um, to be honest, I think I like the new Bardock more because we're getting more information with this new Bardock. But usually the special with the father of Goku or Kakarot, I feel like it didn't show us enough. It's just like, oh, he saw glimpses of the future, and then like he had something that like even he was trying to stop it, like nobody believed in him, and like nobody like was with him. So I just feel like that was. I just feel like it doesn't give us enough of like of his character because like ever since he got like that future thing, that was all he was thinking about. It didn't really like portray to like who he was and like how he actually was, and like it doesn't show like the super side of like Bardock saying like, oh, I'm changing, stuff like that, and, like I'm becoming a good guy and stuff like that, all this fighting. It showed like a little bit like with Super, he's all like um I like being this good facade or whatever. Like it's not like natural to his like sane instincts, but I just like it. It's just a different perspective on saying. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't really get to see the because so much of the story happens like prior to where we see, and it's nice to see some of that finally elaborated on, like you said, from a different perspective. Because
Right.
it was super immersion breaking for me, like growing up and even until recently. That there were just all of these weird giant plot holes that were completely unaddressed, like about Planet Vegeta, about the Saiyans, about the like realization that Frieza was the one who blew up Planet Vegeta. That's kind of nice to
Yeah.
see. I'm
Yeah.
also
I also like how they. Oh, go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I just like how they like retcon like the whole thing of like how they destroyed like the planet because Raditz when he first appeared, he said like I think it was like 4 years ago from like when Raditz appeared that like Frieza blew up the planet, but like they blew up the planet when like Goku, Vegeta, and Broly were all just toddlers. So I like how they retconned that because it didn't really make any sense. Like you said, like with Z, like they just like, oh, it's a meteor. Oh no, it's really Frieza. So I just feel like they like made it fit per se.
Yeah. The story is much more, it has, even though it's kind of being written in a way that forces them to retcon a lot of stuff, at least now it's like a
Yeah,
coherent narrative instead of just a bunch of
yeah,
like weird things they never mention again. Um,
exactly.
like I really enjoy seeing more about Bardock. I don't know about you guys, and spoilers for the manga if you haven't read it. I fucking loved Goku remembering his parents. I feel like that was written especially for
Yeah,
me. Yeah, that was solid.
that one hit a lot.
Yeah. I don't know how
See,
I.
the thing that
Sorry,
sorry,
you
you
go
go ahead.
ahead. Ah, dang it. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. No, you can go ahead.
What?
I'm just the
I was gonna say
host.
the thing that I don't like about that is like Goku hasn't cared about it prior to this. I know it's like he's
Yeah,
one of those people who, if he doesn't like, if it's not in front of him, if it's not like something that's ever looming, then. But we do kind of have that a bit of an understanding of how Goku deals with that kind of loss through when he meets up with Grandpa Gohan, and
mm-hmm.
in the anime they've had the scene where uh, Goku goes to Baba's palace in Dragon Ball Super to resurrect Frieza, and he relives the fight with his grandpa. And so we do see that he does have that kind of emotional attachment to his grandpa still, but we it doesn't really make sense for his character to really care too much about Bardock and Gine, even though he's been given this information about them a bit. It just doesn't really feel natural for him to um, feel a lot of attachment to them, I guess, given how he responds to the people he does care about. You know?
Yeah.
But that's
Um,
that's my weird perspective on it.
I mean, yeah, there's certainly I feel like it's bound to have issues just because of the like stop and go writing style of Akira Toriyama. Cause he doesn't like he's not thinking about like themes or allegories or any of that shit. He's just like what will look the coolest or what does the audience want to see the most. And I think that like we mentioned before, I think the power scaling community is the most vocal community in Dragon Ball. So they really determine the course of a lot of the narrative. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to James the other day for anyone who missed it, and I was saying that the Dragon Ball community is split into like people who want like character arcs and narrative and all of these themes. And then there's just the power scaling community who are like, how can 17 be as strong as Goku? Or,
This is still waiting for undeniable proof that Goku can beat Superman. That's what it is.
yeah, we're tired of the meme. People want closure. Or,
Yeah.
Mhm.
He can.
yeah. I don't know. The thing is like, DC Comics have been around for a really long time, and Superman's been around for. He's got like 20 years on Goku. The plot's obviously had to escalate
Yeah.
quite a bit for Superman, and Dragon Ball Z just isn't there
Not
yet.
only that, like he's like Superman's written by like 100 different writers, whereas for Dragon Ball, there's only one writer. So there's like hundreds of different versions of Superman versus this one Goku. Except if we're counting like superheroes in Dragon Ball, the card game anime or whatever. If we're counting those type of Gokus, but I feel like it could go so far with Superman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely an aspect to it. Like Goku, I don't think that Goku would have a problem against like your baseline basic Superman, like the guy that we get from like the Man of Steel movie or something, or like in Justice
Yeah.
League. Like
Mm-hmm.
like if Goku were to face off against like Zack Snyder Superman,
yeah.
I think Goku would win.
Yeah.
If Goku were to face off against like the strongest Superman, then no, Goku stands no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So here's another fun thing about because Superman has this is going to be controversial, but because Superman has a whole bunch of writers, there's obviously just a lot more like uh, the plots are just a lot more dynamic. So Goku's foes are always just somehow a different level of strong than he is, but Superman has like proper foils. So
Yeah.
yeah, like his foils are people who are really smart and not necessarily really strong, or people who put him in situations where he has to break his one rule, even though he breaks his one rule all the time. Um,
Yep.
yeah, there's a
Well, that's the thing with Superman's story that's different than Goku's story. Is Goku's story is about him getting stronger and rising to the challenge. Superman's story is about a god who's an untouchable having to show his human side.
yeah,
Right? That's the two parallels between the two. That's what makes up the differences between their antagonists too. Is Goku fights strong guys and gets stronger to fight strong guys, and then Superman, he is inherently strong because he's basically a god. So Superman,
Yeah.
his foes have to be able to outsmart him or otherwise leverage uh, their capabilities against it's an unstoppable force, right?
Yeah, because like Batman,
And that's
the
where
prime example.
that extra layer comes from. Yeah, like you said, like Batman, or he has contingencies for every member of the Justice League, right? So his
Yep.
contingency for Superman, he has to utilize kryptonite and find a way to neutralize him with that. But that's a brain thing, it's a smarts thing.
Yeah.
I think that
Sorry.
Frieza was positioned. No, you're good. This is good because I like not having to talk as much. I like being able to just watch the green bar and make sure we're still recording. Um,
Yeah.
I feel one of the things that Frieza was positioned to be was Goku's foil at some point. Because until that point, I'm s- I, I'm plagiarizing this from the Plague of Gripes video to some extent, but it is a good point. Uh, until that point, Goku had been able to win over and befriend all of his enemies, and Frieza was unfriendable. Um, he was stronger than Goku and kind of remained that strong. Uh, I guess Vegeta's a good foil to Goku too, but Frieza was really a good one. Just someone
Yeah.
who was uh, like he broke Goku. He broke Goku's pattern of befriending people. That was good
Yeah.
writing.
But even that, they kind of took away from that a little bit in the Tournament of Power, right?
Yeah.
By having them team up.
He's still an evil dictator, but they're friends now. It's really weird to me. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on how kind of weird that is. Like, he's not nice, but
Yeah.
they're
I
Yeah.
think.
chill.
Yeah, like especially from the last chapter. Spoilers, by the way, for the latest chapter. But like how he just blitzes both Goku and Vegeta at the end of the manga, and he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna. I have somebody. I have somewhere else to go. But like, Namek Frieza would have just killed them instantly. You know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like they have that like. I want connection with each other. So I guess he was just showing his way of mercy, especially like with Goku and Vegeta, like basically the two Saiyans that just keep on rivaling him. And I just thought that it was weird for him to just let them go like that.
It's very weird.
Do you think? Do you think that maybe
Then
there's like a
again, he has
side of
10 years on
kind of
them,
grateful?
so which is freaking insanity still.
I'm sorry, what was that, James? Do we think what?
Do you think maybe there's like a side of Frieza that's like a little bit grateful to Goku and Vegeta for pushing him to becoming this power? Because like initially it was when he came back from the Resurrection F arc, he was, there was all those lines, and especially in like Xenoverse, where he was like, "You've pushed me to try, for that you'll pay." But do you think maybe like this Frieza, now that he's obviously older a bit, he's come back to life, he's has an understanding of the futility of mortality now that he's died a couple times. um, like even in Broly movie, he didn't want to wish for immortality because he was like, what's the fun in that if I can't be pushed, if I can't be challenged? Do you think maybe he's got kind of like a martial artist mindset now, and so he didn't kill Goku and Vegeta on Planet Cereal because of some level of gratitude that he feels towards them?
I wouldn't say
You know?
gratitude. I would just say like he wants like beings that can push him in a sense, I guess now. Because like before, Frieza was all like, "No one can be above me," and this, that, and the third. If whoever's above me shall die, due to freaking because wait, what? Wait, so
Oh
okay,
no,
Chris.
I think he was just laughing.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, but like basically Z's Frieza was basically like no one could be above me and this, that, and the third. That's why he blew up the planet Vegeta because he was afraid of the Super Saiyan. But I feel like now it's just that like he had to like put effort into like being this type of strong. I just feel like he wants to get pushed now, like you were saying. But I wouldn't say gratitude. I would just say like I think it's just more of like a boost of confidence. Like yeah, you can't even stop me even if you tried, type of thing. You know.
Or does he have like maybe an understanding that in order for him to really exist, they have to exist too?
I feel like he's slowly getting to understand that too. But then again, it's Frieza.
Yeah, it's hard to say. The way they've written his motivations, or I guess the way that they haven't written his motivations, has left a lot of questions.
Yeah, especially with the last chapter. Like, if he's not worried about Goku and Vegeta, who's he actually worried about? other than like God, like GMDs.
Yeah. Well, we do know that he does like to use people, so maybe he's hoping to
Yeah.
use them to accomplish something. I don't know.
What were you gonna say, Greg?
He?
Yeah. Or are you laughing again?
No, I freaking touched the burn mark that I have right now. I hurt.
What? How did you burn yourself?
I was ironing my shirt and I got distracted. And also because my body hurts right now because I'm working and waking up early. Like really early.
What was that?
I was just saying my body hurts too because I've been working really early.
Do you do like a lot of like physical? Do you like stack shelves or?
I mean, I work and exercise, and then I'm gonna go back to the gym, and then I gotta box too. So I have a lot of activities going on, so that might stop me from doing like
Dang,
faster.
that's a busy schedule.
Proactive.
I'm sorry?
I said proactive.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
gotta
gotta
burn
got a
yourself.
lot of things going on.
Gotta do leg day.
Yeah,
It's a busy time.
gotta have
Um,
gotta have those Vegeta thighs.
yeah, you gotta do 100 sit-ups and drink a lot of juice.
No,
Yeah.
I
I
used to be.
That's the legend part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what?
That's the legend.
No.
That's that
Without leg
legend.
day, you'd just be DBZ 18. But leg day is what brings in the legend part of it.
Exactly.
Oh
You need to add an underscore leg day after 18.
Yeah.
So,
Have in your body eggs.
after okay, I think we were talking about Frieza before I
Yeah,
distracted us horribly. Um,
Nah, you
but
guys.
you make some good points, though, both of them.
I feel like thematically Frieza would just turn into Vegeta then, right? Like, um, Vegeta's whole character arc is around Goku and being stronger than Goku, and his pride not letting him get stronger. Um, and he's kind of shifting now, right? Um, he's being remorseful. He's thinking about his past actions. He's employing more empathy. So are we just gonna dump all of those old character traits onto Frieza and make Frieza the new Vegeta, Vegeta Light? You see what I'm saying?
Vegeta, bro.
Diet
What?
Vegeta.
Maybe? But with the alter ego transformation, Vegeta has to reignite a lot of those mindsets, right?
Yeah. Are you talking
Yes.
about the yeah? Are you talking about the one panel where it's after they listen to Bardock's recording? Spoilers for the manga, and he says something like, "I forgot about my Saiyan pride. Your dad reconnected me with that." And he's like, "I've been feeling all of this guilt, this burden of guilt, when I should be feeling pride." Which I don't know about that, Vegeta. You genocided a bunch of people. Maybe you can still feel a
Yeah.
little guilty, but I'm sure that'll.
For the sake
I
of his,
feel
for the sake
for
of
the
his
sake
alter
of
ego.
his like ego powers, I feel like he has to feel all that, you know? Because if he feels like guilt and stuff, when it just like fatigues his like ego powers, because I mean, it's in the title, ego, like ultra ego. I mean, he just has to have this whole bravado of just gonna be like prideful like that.
Wait, how does his ego power work? I may have skipped that. Does he have to like instead of feeling anger, he has to be like super like egotistical and into himself? Does he have to
He
be feeling
bears like
himself?
how Beerus,
And
yeah, it's more like that, and also from what Beerus was just saying, it's like you constantly have to think of like destroying. Like you literally have to be like insanity. Like that's basically what it is. Like the more insanity you are, the more destructive power you are. I guess that's from like I've been like reading like articles and stuff like that. What ultra ego actually is and what Beerus was actually like telling him or like teaching him. But you just really have to be like very insane to this type of like power. That's why when Topo had like that destruction like foreign like God Topo or whatever, but he literally said that he had to cast all justice aside and like this means nothing if we can't win, and like he literally just put every like he literally had to like throw away his whole entire like his whole character, like everything was like about justice and like conquering evil and stuff like that, and then he literally switched from like day to like night just to like grab this like destructive power. But I guess, but I mean that's my little headcanon. But
But even that, like the Topo destruction form, that was anime exclusive, right? I don't think that
yeah,
happened.
I don't think
And like
I
even
don't think
like
it happened in manga. No.
The way that Vegeta beats Topo in the anime version, he talks about how to cast aside the parts that are truest to yourself makes you weak.
Yeah,
And then when he gets Ultra Ego later, he does the exact same thing that he described as weak, where he casts aside the parts that are truest to himself. So he casts aside the care that he's developed for people in order to attain that power. Right?
yeah, yeah,
That's one of those gripes that you get from having two different running continuities, I guess, where they're telling different stories,
yeah.
covering the same
Well, I just feel
material but
like
different stories.
I just feel like since Topo was the only mortal that did have like that type of like powers, it just seems more fitting to like it better explains why Vegeta has to be egotistical and like insane to get this massive power because like that was like the only time another mortal besides Vegeta has like that type of destructive power, even though it's like anime exclusive.
Yeah, other than like Frieza harnessing it briefly, but the,
Yeah.
the premise of mastering it yourself was exclusive to Topo and Vegeta and obviously the gods.
Do you think that like Black Frieza is a hint of like his god key, or is just that's just him just all like amped up to like maximum key efficiency? Because to be honest, I don't think that like it's just raw power, unless like Frieza's just that type of like a prodigy and just like his key is just over like over the top, like Broly was. But I feel like there's like
Well,
more to that like form than it leads on, you know?
taking the concept, the I guess instruction that Beerus gives Vegeta about how he has to have his mind on destruction and destruction alone. If Frieza has spent his entire life thinking about A, being the apex predator, and B,
Pretty much.
destroying anybody in his path, like his mind's been on destruction since, forever.
The beginning.
I think there was even original, like some of the original dialogue in like the anime referred to him as a god of destruction, even if it wasn't a god of destruction. You know what I mean?
He did
Yeah.
also, he kind of like worked for Beerus in some capacity. Because it's
Yeah.
implied, yeah, that Beerus was the one who gave the orders. It's even in the manga. He talks to Vegeta about it. He was the one who ordered the destruction of planet Vegeta. Um,
Yep.
and Whis has made several references to like preparing Goku for the destroyer role. So I wonder if maybe, like the Sith in Star Wars, there's always two. There's a master and apprentice. Maybe Frieza
Yeah.
was being groomed to take over the Sith Lord role.
Maybe. Which also catch my eye,
Like,
like if you watched like the did everybody watch the superhero movie?
I did, and I have the link if anybody
yeah,
didn't, but I think we all did.
Okay. But like in the section of the movie when Beerus saw Broly on the planet, Beerus got actually not really frightened, but like he got like a little surprised if Frieza was actually there. Keep in mind this is post Granola, so Black Frieza is in this movie. Well, Black Frieza is in the universe with this this whole power up and stuff. But Beerus was like, "Oh my God, he's here! Why is Frieza here and stuff like that. But like, I just feel like that was pretty fierce reaction, like if Frieza was actually there or not. So it's just safe to say that like Frieza might not. I'm not gonna say like he's on par with Beerus, but like I feel like he's just getting up there, and I feel like it just slowly has that. Well, Beerus has Frieza in the back of his mind that like he's really catching up to me and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think about that a lot too. Like the gap between like Ultra Instinct Goku and Beerus can't be that much anymore. And if Frieza and it's speculated that Broly may be strong, even though I don't know if that's canon yet or not. Um, so it wasn't Frieza. He must be getting pretty close to Beerus if he's stronger than both
Yeah,
Goku and Vegeta at this point. That's the problem with power power scaling, is that
power scaling,
it's never gonna make
power.
100% sense. Um, you like lock yourself into a narrative because you're like constrained to these really rigid rules of how the universe works. When you didn't have to do
Yeah,
that, he could have made it a lot more like a much more fluid power dynamic in the show. But um, I don't know what like we have the narrative has to take us to outclass Beerus at some point. There's nowhere else to go. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's just always gonna be somebody stronger.
it was said in the anime exclusive that like you know how Jiren the Grey basically surpassed all gods and
Y-
stuff like that,
Yeah,
and Goku went MUI and literally overpowered him. So it made it seem like they implied that like Goku and Jiren surpassed all the gods. So that's for like anime only. I don't know if that's still the case, but like in the manga, they're not even like a fraction close to Beerus.
hmm.
Well, Toriyama's outright said in interviews that he doesn't have any intention of ever having Goku get near Beerus.
Really?
Yeah.
It's too late. He's already near Beerus. He done it.
Well, no, it's we haven't seen Beerus really, cut loose at all,
Yeah, that's true. That's yeah,
right?
that's fair. Like we haven't seen his power ceiling.
We got we got that line in the Battle of the Gods movie where we says this is the closest I've seen to settle you to 70% before, but that's not to say that he used 70% the whole battle. That could have just been 70% for one moment of that fight, you know,
No,
especially with
yeah,
how
and
quick
then later
his fights would like to be.
it explained more in Super. He's all like he was lying to Goku saying like he was going full back, whatever.
Um,
Because I think, again, with that line, they didn't intend Dragon Ball Super to happen when they
Yep.
originally wrote Battle of Gods.
yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But they should have known. I feel like I feel like because of the horrible DBZ movie, the live action one for tax write off purposes,
Evolution.
I feel like that just created such a cultural backlash. Like that's what they were capitalizing on when they restarted DBZ was like its relevancy in media again.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get any further, I'm gonna say we're almost at 30 minutes. So I'm gonna give us another 5 minutes and then I'm gonna cut the recording. Well, you guys can continue. We can continue the conversation. I just need like 35 minutes of footage for speed paint. So, um,
Oh yeah, no worries.
yeah, I wanted to keep it in the confines, but I'm having fun talking to you guys. Thanks for coming out again. Um,
Yeah, no worries.
that's reassuring to know. I'm glad there's a power ceiling to the show finally. That like soothes my
Yeah.
anxieties.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well,
weird because like, all right, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying like, yeah, they made it more of like a ceiling in the manga, but like at the same time, there was like promo V jumps and stuff like that, saying like in the future saga, like Vegeta Blue was on par with Beerus and stuff like that, and then like after like 3 or 4 arcs later, like Goku and Vegeta got like dozens, if not like thousands of times stronger. So, and it's still implied that like Beerus is still the strongest warrior in Universe 7. So it just makes it seem a lot. I mean, like there is a power. There's obviously like a ceiling of like what Goku and Vegeta can hit, but like it just like it just it's just weird that like how they like scaled them in a sense to like, hey, he's strong, but like he's not stronger than Beerus, but like at the same time, the Confused are stronger than Beerus, but like many after arcs later, they get more powerful than Vegeta future Black Saga, but Beerus is still stronger. So I'm assuming that Beerus is still training, I guess, in a sense. If it doesn't, wouldn't it really wouldn't make sense for Beerus to just keep on relaxing and stuff like that. But I just feel like he's just training on par, and then like his training session level is just far superior than like Goku and Vegeta. But
I mean, who's to say he even trains in a traditional sense like Goku and Vegeta do? Like for all we know, Beerus is at a level of power where his training is entirely mental. For all we know, like he could, you know, the entire time that he's napping, that could be him in like image training while he's sleeping. For all we know,
that is true. Yeah,
he takes a lot of naps. And if it's somehow revealed that Beerus can get stronger by sleeping, it's a very Toriyama out that he could take.
Yeah. That's true.
He's a cat after all.
Yeah, that's his favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. I wish I could get stronger by sleeping.
Cat nap.
I think that would require me to get a steady amount of sleep for it to work.
Yeah, same. I have constant like raccoon circles around my eyes because I just stare at a screen all day. And I do it at night, so I just constantly have like bags under my eyes.
I got 2 young kids, so every moment of restful sleep that I get is usually interrupted by somebody, some child running and screaming, or occasionally a child running through my bedroom door and Batista slamming into my ball sack.
Dang, those are way more intense problems than I have.
That's the what sleeping is like here.
All right, well, I think we're at 32 minutes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wind down. Say thanks everybody for coming out. I really appreciated it. I think this will be really fun content. I'm glad that it sounds more of like a conversation. So that way I'm hoping it'll like prompt people to comment their opinions and join in. And also, I plan on doing a lot more speed paints. I'm trying to like revitalize my YouTube channel, so there will be other opportunities to come out and talk, for sure. But yeah, I think this was a lot of fun. Why did my audio? Oh, it's because you're not talking. I'm so fucking stupid. I saw the green bar stop moving, and I was like, no, recording broke. But yeah, so this will be the part where I would like scroll the finished piece of Bulma. If you guys want to pretend that you're seeing that, imagine that in your head. And I'll let you guys say the outro or say goodbye if you want to ask people to subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to check out all of our socials from our introductions where we talked about who we were, what we do, and what our names are. Yeah, subscribe to this channel.
Thank you.
There's going to be a lot of cool, fun stuff here. Subscribe to
the Cowboy on YouTube.
Living.
Heck yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.